Time for some personal rejuvenation? Visit Aquarius Salon's award-winning stylists and get ready for summer. They do color, cuts, and highlights for your everyday wear, as well as services for proms, weddings, or any special events you have scheduled. Visit Aquarius on the northeast corner of Bell and 51st. Call 602-978-1774 for your appointment. Again, that's 602-978-1774 on the northeast corner of Bell and 51st. And tell them Philip from Chopped Green sent you. And we are back. Thank you for coming back and listening to part 2. We both really appreciate it. How were those tater tots, Luke?
They're pretty delicious.
Oh, excellent. Did you add any cheese or chives or anything?
Nope, just basic old tater tots. I didn't have time to run to the store for all the extras.
Oh, okay. Well, at least you enjoyed some tater tots. Now we get to let the audience enjoy Gimme 5, the part of the show where I have 5 questions for you, you have 5 questions for me. We've never heard of them before, but we're going to answer them honestly. And do you want to go first today, Luke?
Sure, I'll go first today.
Excellent.
Okay, so my very first question is, if you could play any sport, what position would you most like to play?
Ooh, see, I'm a bit of a weenie, so baseball's out because anytime I go to the batting cage, just a 90-mile-per-hour ball hurling towards me just always makes me blink. Kudos to baseball players, can't do it. And then, of course, there's quarterbacks, who is the glamour position, but really, everybody's aiming to come kill you, so I don't know. Okay, so here's my logic. I'm thinking it's one of 2 positions in football. It's either the perennial backup quarterback, because they make the most money with doing the least amount of work, I feel, or...
Other than a punter.
Or the punter. Go punter! Oh, I think I'm going to stick with backup quarterback, but honorable mention all day of the week, every day of the week, punter. So there is my making a lot of dough for not a lot of work. I'd be an awful football player.
Okay.
All right, Luke.
I would.
Oh yeah. What position would you do?
I would be a point guard. I would love to be a point guard. You know, either come off the bench as a quick instant offense, or even just like be a starter and lead the offense every night. You know, that's kind of just what I would love to do.
All right. Would you be more of the Russell Westbrook mold or more Chris Paul mold?
I'd say more of the Steve Nash mold.
Oh, excellent choice.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Luke. All right. My first question. In honor of Draft Day, ESPN has published a story covering the uncomfortably long wait Aaron Rodgers had to endure during his draft night fall. The Green Bay Packers selected the quarterback with the 24th overall pick, and Rodgers says this still fuels his drive as a competitor to this day. Luke, in honor of the mistake most teams made in that 2005 draft by not selecting Aaron Rodgers, what is the biggest opportunity you passed on?
See, that's a tough one because, for better or worse, I haven't really had a ton of chances, at least professionally, to miss on an opportunity.
All right.
You know? But overall, this will sound probably very sappy. Might be able to get a few pity likes and ahs from the female crowd that listens in.
I'll see if I can find some audio cue, but go ahead.
Oh, thank you very much. I remember it was my freshman year in college. Brand new ASU freshman, had no idea what I was doing. I was incredibly lost trying to find my classes like all freshmen are, who are very and I just saw this one girl.
Oh, it always is a girl.
Always. And she's just sitting there reading a book. It was Edgar Allan Poe. And for those of you who don't know, I'm a huge Edgar Allan Poe fan. I have an Edgar Allan Poe theme tattoo on my back. So, like, for me to see this girl reading, like, a collection of Edgar Allan Poe writings, just sitting there on a park bench on the middle of ASU campus while I have nothing better to do because I don't know where I'm going, I told myself, Luke, this is the one. You have to go talk to her. And I never did. I could not get up the courage. I walked right by, looked back, and just could not bring myself to go and talk to this girl. So I'm going to say that is probably the biggest opportunity that I passed up on.
All right. Now, of course, my follow-up question, and I ask this respectfully, was the Edgar Allan Poe on your backside? Is that in a place where you could have showed her, or would that have been a little bit too much for your first date?
I didn't have it at the time.
Oh, okay.
But she could. If I had it, she would have been able to at least somewhat see it. It's on my back left shoulder, so I mean it's pretty high up.
Okay, cool.
She might have been able to look down the back of my shirt to see at least part of it, but
I'm sure that's what she would have been looking at, Luke. I'm sure.
Oh, exactly. Isn't that what every girl wants to see? The back left shoulder of the guy?
Oh yes, it's almost Amish in its sensuality. All right, Luke, your turn.
Okay, so in honor of this being sort of the coming out party, the NFL draft, of a lot of players, this is the first time people get the first impression of who's joining their team. And, sometimes people see these players and they're like, man, those guys are awesome. Or, man, I hate that my team drafted them. And some are likable and some are hateable. So my question to you, what sports icon would you most want to have a beer with?
Which sports icon? So obviously they have to be alive, and they can be... No.
Alive or dead.
Oh, okay. So, and past or... Okay, so obviously past or present player. So when you think about that, you almost think of legends and the game. So I'm thinking maybe LeBron James, Tom Brady, Joe Montana, Wayne Gretzky. But you know who I'd actually like to have and this is going to be a shameless Broncos plug. I think Peyton Manning, because really, when you're looking for somebody, I think he's as somewhat ingenuine as he is. I find him to be an intellectual, and I really enjoy just sitting back and learning from somebody. So maybe even somebody along the lines of Pat Riley, or somebody who will just talk to you and you don't necessarily have to do a lot of the talking. I would enjoy that. So Pat Riley or Peyton Manning, one of the two P's.
See, I would have gone complete opposite. I would want to go out and have a beer with someone that I'd have a great time with. I would have gone with Allen Iverson, or people that if we're going out and we're having a beer, it's going to turn into two. It's going to turn into shots. It's going to turn out night. I want someone who I'm going to get lit with.
So you need some boogie cousins in your life. You need to get down and boogie.
Exactly.
All right, excellent choice. All right, Luke, Salem, Massachusetts, the town most notable for witches and witch trials, has a new spooky addition. There's a photo that has gone viral of a street lamp in Salem that appears to have the unnatural figure of a face inside the lamp. It was not purposefully put inside there. It just happens to be a mirage of sorts. The picture has even been recognized by the town's mayor, Kim Driscoll, who commented on the picture, "Anybody else see a face in this light? Totally eerie, eh?" Luke, I ask you, are you a believer in ghosts and superstitions and the supernatural?
Yes, actually, I am. I think that there's just a lot of crazy stuff in this world that you can't really explain. And, maybe not in a traditional sense. I think 99% of all things that people say are haunted probably aren't haunted. But I do think that maybe every once in a while there is something crazy, something wicked that could be considered supernatural. I like to believe that it's real. I don't know. Maybe I'm just weird like that, but I like to think that supernatural things, at least some of them, are at least have a little bit of truth to them.
All right, yeah, anything close to the land of Ghostbusters I like to stay away from. So I'd like to stay in ignorance of ghosts and superstitions. However, supernatural, maybe. I know that there's a lot of those crystals and energies and stuff. My girlfriend's trying to get me into some of that stuff of like creating good energy and aura and all that. But yeah, so I don't know about ghosts specifically, but I can see other things. Your turn, Luke.
Okay, now on the flip side of my previous question, what sports icon do you hate the most?
Oh, that's so hard because it's hard for me to get invoked in emotional hatred towards a player because even, let's say I'm going with my Denver Broncoism fandom, you would think that it'd be Tom Brady, but I just respect him so much for how great he is. It's almost a conundrum of where you're like, do I want to be that good, or do I just respect him for being great? You know, the one player that comes to mind, and it's purely because of the team he plays on, it's gotta be Blake Griffin. He has so much untapped potential, for one. He never has accomplished anything. He's just a dunker. He goes to the Clippers. They cannot get past now it's going to be the first round and of the playoffs. Hasn't accomplished a darn thing. He's going to get a max contract. Just go away already and enjoy life and stop making Kia commercials, Blake.
As an OU fan who actually knows basketball, you're so wrong in everything you just said.
Oh, are you driving a Kia right now, Luke, or?
No, but I mean, if Kia and Blake want to give me a call, more than happy to sponsor it. I'll drive that Kia until the wheels fall off, and I'll put like a mural of Blake on the side or something.
Right? Yeah, you'll drive the Clippers Kia bandwagon. Fair enough. And you know what? Just to put it out there, I take it all back. If Kia wants to sponsor the show, we will be the official Kia vehicle sponsor of Kia. So.
Shout out to you, Kia. Your move.
Your move. All right. Luke, today is April 27th, and on this day in 1822, Ulysses S. Grant, the 18th U.S. President of the United States, was born. President from 1869 to 1877, and of course, the man on the $50 bill. Luke, I have some fun facts about Grant in honor of his birthday. I want you to tell me if they are true or if I made them up. Are you ready?
Oh, I'm ready.
How good's your history knowledge there, bud?
I have a minor in history, so.
Oh, so.
I'd like to think it's pretty good.
All right, so I'm gonna own you in this. Is essentially what you're saying. All right, here we go. First fact. First fact. Growing up in Ohio, Grant lost his last two toes one winter when he fell in a frozen lake and nearly drowned. So he lost his last two toes on his foot when he fell in a frozen lake. True or false?
In Ohio, you said?
I did say Ohio.
That's what's throwing me off here, because I'm not positive. I know he was born in Ohio, but I don't think he, spent a lot of time there for some reason. Who knows? I could be way off. I could be thinking of one of the billion other presidents that did grow up in Ohio. I think I will say true.
That is 100% false. I did put in there Ohio because he was born there. You are absolutely correct. But I made up the two toes. I was watching It's a Wonderful Life and just decided to throw that in there. All right. So you're 0-1, and I'm excellent at this game. All right. Number 2. The S in his name didn't actually stand for anything. True or false?
The S in his name didn't actually stand for anything.
Yes, the S as in Ulysses S. Grant.
That's false. I want to say it stood for Simpson? Yes. No.
The final answer.
I know something.
You're saying it's false?
Yeah, it stood for something. I think it's Simpson, but I'm not sure.
That is absolutely 100% true. His phantom middle initial is the result of an error from the future general's name the result of an error from Ohio Congressman Thomas Hammer, who accidentally wrote the future general's name as Ulysses S. Grant when he nominated him to attend West Point. Despite Grant's best efforts to correct the record, the name stuck and he eventually accepted it as his own.
I feel so personally attacked right now.
I know. You are definitely minoring in this game. You're on the minor side of it. Fact number 3, Grant struggled with alcohol his entire life, even having to resign from the Army due to him even due to him being caught drunk while on duty. You said that that's true?
I know he had a problem with alcohol. I didn't think he resigned from the Army from it. But I already went with true, and I know he did have a problem with alcohol.
You sticking with that?
Yeah, I'll stick with it.
Yeah, true. This was before the Civil War, so one of the previous wars, during which Lincoln gave him another chance, and he helped the North win in the Civil War. So, fact number 4, Grant rarely carried a sword and often took to the field clad in a civilian hat, mud-caked boots, and an ordinary private's coat with his rank stitched onto it. True or false?
True.
That is 100% true. He hated army clothes. He was notorious for it. Absolutely 100% true. You are slowly coming back. You are now 2-2. Do not lose the series, Luke, all right? Final shot, Game 7. You ready?
I'm trying not to. I'm good. Let's do it.
All right. Grant was invited to join Abraham Lincoln at Ford's Theater on the fateful evening of April 14th, 1865, but was forced to decline after he and his wife made plans to visit their children in New Jersey. True or false?
True.
Absolutely true. He called it one of the biggest regrets he had in life, and he was convinced he would have stopped John Wilkes Booth had he been there. A little Ulysses S. Grant history for you. So congratulations, you moved back into respectability.
Phew, that's good.
Yes.
I'm gonna look up that second one.
Oh, the S.
I'm 90% sure at some point it stood for, I want to say Simpson or Samson or something Sin.
According to my research, and as lofty as that is, he said you can make up whatever name you wanted for it because it didn't stand for anything, so go ahead and just put whatever you want there.
Maybe that's it. Maybe someone kept just putting Simpson.
There you go.
So that's what I read.
There you go.
But okay.
All right, your last question, Luke.
I have 2 more questions.
You have 2 more? You're absolutely correct.
3.
You're absolutely correct. Continue.
Damn, you're trying to take away what few questions I have?
No, I just completely read my 4th question, so we're all good. I'm just ahead. You're right. I'm wrong. Enjoy it, Luke.
Oh, I'm always right. I'm Mr. Right.
Oh yeah. Oh gosh.
In honor of it being draft day as well, and this isn't an NFL draft. This is both an NFL and NBA draft. If you get an opportunity to watch both of them, it didn't happen as much because not as many players showed up to the draft this year as in years past.
Right.
But a common theme is to always wear these god-awful suits to the draft. So, my question to you is, what kind of suit would you rock if you were invited to an NFL or NBA draft?
Well, Jay-Z, I think, said it best when he said, I will be rocking Tom Ford. So I will go all fly out. I want to be that obnoxious guy who says, to his kids, his grandkids, I was absolutely ripped at some point. I mean, I might not even wear a shirt, to be completely honest with you. I might just be top-chested bare and just show my six-pack and just ka-chow, ka-chow, and do that whole Lightning McQueen thing off of my abs. As they say, #1 overall pick, the Cleveland Browns trade the pick to an actual team and select Philip Amrine. So that's that. I'm going to go with either Tom Ford or just my rock-hard abs. You, Luke, would you go orange or something?
Oh, I would go obnoxiously bright fluorescent colors.
That is disgusting. You are the human highlight reel personified.
Absolutely. Every single person in that room will know Luke Wright is in the building.
Oh, God. As if they don't already, Luke. You give yourself too little credit.
That's fair. I probably do.
All right, my question. Earlier this month, it emerged that a new batch of Super Mario Happy Meal toys were coming to the U.S. Yes. Oh, and now the range is live. From now until 22nd of May in the country, Nintendo fans can get one of 8 toys along with an inexpensive bit of grub at McDonald's. The toy selections range from Mario himself to Bowser, Yoshi, Peach, and a few more. This new line of toys has found an older audience to appreciate the toys, causing many adults to get Happy Meals just for the sake of buying the toy. Luke, I ask you, is there anything wrong with a full-grown man going to McDonald's and without shame ordering a Happy Meal? Or do we leave the kids' toys for the kids?
I don't think that there should be shame for it. Just let them do them. You know, life sucks. We're all gonna die. If someone wants to spend $4, get a Happy Meal, and get a toy that reminds them of when they were 7, 8, 9, 10 years old, let them do it. Who cares? I don't care. If I was an McDonald's employee, I'd have them slip me a few bucks and I'd just hand them the toy. I wouldn't even make them pay for the meal. Just let people have fun. Let them enjoy what they want to enjoy. It doesn't hurt anybody.
Amen to that, Luke. And as a proud owner of a Yoshi tongue squirter thing, whatever it is, I fully agree with you. Your turn.
Okay, my last question. What have been your top 3 sports moments that you can remember throughout your life?
So then they're mine. So I'm somewhat recently new to the sports world. Not too new. I've got a couple years, but I haven't been watching since I was 3, so they might be a little more recent than per se yours, but my top 3 moments, oh, this is really hard. I'm going to go number 3, Tebow time in Pittsburgh, so that was, of course...
Oh, God.
Yes, baby. There's a wild card matchup with the Steelers. Tim Tebow throws the winning pass in overtime in Denver, throwing for exactly 316 yards. Demaryius Thomas breezing past Troy Polamalu's long hair and Ryan Clark. Oh, that was fantastic. Helped lead me to become a Broncos fan. My number 2 moment has to be LeBron blocks Andre Iguodala's shot in Game 7, the layup. He just blocks it off the backboard. Game 7 of the NBA Finals last year, leading to Cleveland winning it for its first championship in years. That was just such an emotional moment. It was back and forth. Both teams couldn't score. This was the one where you saw Iguodala break away. You thought it was going to go in for an assured score. Off the side of the television comes LeBron. Bam! Off the backboard. It was fantastic. And then my number 1 moment has to be an earlier LeBron James moment. Bosh kicks it out to Ray Allen after LeBron gets the misses on the 3-pointer. And Ray Allen hits the 3-pointer to tie the game up against the Spurs, leading to the turning point and LeBron James winning his 2nd title in the 2013 NBA Finals. That's my number 1 sports moment. It led me to enjoy the NBA as much as I do now. I was all alone in my dorm lounge, and I was looking for anybody, because I just had it on as background noise when the Spurs had created such an insurmountable lead, and for the Heat to come back all that way, they even had the freaking trophy wheeled out there. They darn near had confetti about to fall from the rafters, and just all of a sudden, it just all went horribly, horribly wrong, and it was so fun to watch.
I am real disappointed in you right now.
Oh my gosh, Luke Wright. You are so wrong, Luke Wright. Oh.
No one. My first 2 would have both been LeBron losing in the finals, Dirk winning back in LeBron's first year with Miami, and then Golden State proving that jump shooting teams can win championships. But number one, I thought coming into this that we would be on the same wavelength, that we would be distinct. Number one has to be Denver winning the Super Bowl.
You know what though is that there for me? You said moments, so I never really, there was, outside of maybe like the first opening moments of a sack fumble from Cam Newton, there wasn't really a moment there that I was like, well, that was like there wasn't like a game changing moment or a last second. I toyed with the idea of the Seahawks throwing an interception against the Patriots. That was incredible, but
I'm just disappointed in you.
I'm just disappointed. I feed on your disappointment.
Whatever.
Whatever. He's speechless for the first time in all of our.
I'm just disappointed in you. What's your last question?
What's my last question? He wants to get it out of the way. I love it. All right, Luke, my last question. I finally have come upon my most important question, and I must become serious at this. And I want you to prepare yourself, Luke, and I want to make sure that you are sitting down. Are you sitting down, tater tots out of arm's reach? Are you ready to collapse? Are you prepared for everything and anything that may or may not happen?
No, give me a sec here.
Okay.
Got with my tater tots. Want to lay down on my bed so that if I fall
adjust
over,
the blankies, adjust the pillows.
Safe. Yep. Okay. I'm ready. Hitting you with it.
Okay. Twinkies now comes in a chocolate flavor. Yes, the gold standard snack cake you know and love just got a major update, chocolate. Hostess has announced the arrival of chocolate cake Twinkies, swapping the traditional yellow sponge cake with chocolate. Again, I cannot pronounce the word chocolate enough. Of course, this leads to the natural debate, is a chocolate Twinkie even a Twinkie at all? I ask you, Luke, what food is sacred and must stay in its current form, or fear the wrath of Luke Wright for disrespecting the standard of what this specific food is?
I'm sorry, there's chocolate Twinkies now?
Yes, there's chocolate Twinkies. So instead of the yellow sponge cream-filled dessert, there are now a separate side item of chocolate Twinkies.
Where can I get these? I need these right now.
You were disappointed in me last question, I am horribly disappointed in you in this question. But continue.
I need 7 boxes of just chocolate Twinkies, and I need them bad.
Oh.
I need them right. As soon as I get off this phone, I am heading to Fry's to pick up as many boxes of chocolate Twinkies as I can get my hands on.
Oh. This is so wrong on so many levels.
Getting to your original question, what food cannot be changed without me giving
permission? Yes. What food is sacred enough to where you cannot mess with the main ingredients or components because it means that much to you?
If I'm being honest, I'm not sure if I have a food like that.
Oh, come on.
For me, I am very much a culinary person. I love changing ingredients to stuff. That's kind of my thing. I'll make a taco out of literally anything.
This is horrible. Like, what if I put goat inside of a steak, I made a tofu hamburger. I mean, there's got to be something where that is holy and sacred to you, Luke.
That's your thing. Oh. Whatever I don't people for what they eat, unlike certain people in this conversation.
Yeah, well, you know what, Luke? You are wrong.
No, hold on. Nope, I have something.
Oh, okay, yes, excellent. Hit me with it.
It's probably not nearly to the extent that you're thinking. I personally cannot physically eat Oreos unless I have milk with them.
So you need, and I'm assuming double stuffed, because that's, of course.
Do I look like a peasant? Of course not.
A peasant. Yes, it is this traditional standard that it must be dunked in milk, otherwise you're really doing everybody a disservice. And what if somebody was to say, "Hey, I don't have milk, but I have some peanut butter."
That would be fine.
No, stop it, Luke.
It wouldn't be fine.
Stop it, Luke.
It wouldn't be fine because I need the milk with the. You can't add something that also requires milk and then not have the milk. That defeats the purpose.
Oh,
I'll eat Oreos with peanut butter. I just need a glass of milk to go with me.
You know, I'm going to need at least a week to get over how outraged I am at this exact moment at your responses, because they have been subpar, to say the least.
I think you're just kind of an elitist.
I'm telling you that there are peas and there are carrots, and they must be separated. I have a strict food segregation policy.
No. Put the peas and the carrots in the mashed potatoes and eat them all together.
No. Okay, so
that's my favorite thing.
Get out of here, Luke. All right, so that's gonna wrap it up for Give Me Five. I assure you it will. Otherwise, just looking back on an excellent NFL draft, I'm looking forward to these next couple rounds and next couple days, as I'm sure you are, Luke.
Very much so.
This is where true teams are built. This is where the Richard Shermans are picked. This is where the Arian Fosters are discovered. This is where the Russell Wilsons are mined out of the cave of wonders that is the NFL Draft. Thank you so much for listening to the Chopped Greens podcast, both part 1 and part 2. If you missed part 1, please, by all means, go back and listen to our extensive and detailed coverage of the NFL Draft round 1 in the previous podcast. Any last words for you, Luke?
Just follow me on Twitter at LukeWright421.
Where you will see a very sweaty man coming in the Cavalier-Toronto series. Thank you very little. And I am Philip Amrine. It has been a pleasure, as always, to sit across from this computer and talk to you via satellite, as it were, Luke. We will talk next week, probably about the NFL, how we feel it went down, how some last conference playoff games in the NBA have ended and resulted. It's been a great time. Thank you all for listening. Have a great day.